recaps, I think.
I just fell.
Were you surprised, KG? No, I'm just hurt. Oh, man. Okay, once again, this was a great Sakuragi episode. Absolutely, 100% Sakuragi. Honestly, this episode with the Clefable did genuinely get me a little teary eye. I will say that. That was kind of cute. I always love those like emotional, like pet human relationships like that. So I think it absolutely nailed it on that aspect for Sakuragi.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, Chloe, Koharu, my girl. This is your big moment, isn't it, right? This is all you got. We're not getting anything more from you, are we?
No.
Great.
No, we're not. That's great. Cool. All right. Bye, Koharu.
Yeah. Outstanding. Amazing.
I would say it was nice knowing you, but let's be honest.
Damn,
I knew your dad more than you.
I'm so saddened by this because, once again, let me be clear with everyone in the chat. And I've stated this dozens of times, and I'll say it again. You can love the characters. You can love what they are, who they are, how they're handled, and all that. That's perfectly fine. You can love the individuals of those characters. But you're also allowed to criticize the story that she is currently in. And sadly for me, in the saga of Journeys, and the fact that they had to recap so many goddamn times shows you just how poorly executed she was utilized in this entire series, bro. And it's unfortunate that things turned out this way. In fact, actually, you know what, Emmy, before we continue, we should probably go to the other room first, and then we'll continue our discussion from there.
Yes.
So let's take care of that first. And then we will then move on to the other area. So, Emmy, if you can.
Yeah, I'll set up.
All right, then. Everybody, we'll meet up in stage. We'll go and take care of things from over there. And then we'll see where shenanigans unfold in a bit. So, I'll speak with you guys in a minute. Okay, so hold on. We're going to go to the voice chat now. And also, we're going to go into talking with chat moment. Here we go. So, there we go. This raised hand list has moved.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, hey, look, the raised hand thing has moved now, apparently.
Yeah, I was like, oh, God, they changed stage. Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so, what I was getting at. Oh, yeah, once again, Koharu and Eevee, I love your characters, I think. And this series did not do you justice at all for these two. I had more enjoyment watching Eevee hang out with some of the characters in the past and hanging out with the other Eeveelutions, because I mean, it's Eeveelutions, they're adorable as hell, right? So you'll be happy with that. Yeah. But I am not a fan that Koharu never moved anywhere in this entire saga. And all we learned at the end was like she wants to become some form of a Pokemon professor to learn about evolutions, and that's as far as that goes, really. And that bums me the hell out.
Like, my issue is that, like, so the episode's called, like, Possibilities Are Endless, right?
Correct.
So, basically, they said in this episode is, the possibilities are endless. That's it. That they recapped the title. That's what... They recapped the episode, they recapped last week's episode, and they recapped the title. That's all they did. They didn't do anything different other than just give Sakuragi development. But it wasn't a Sakuragi episode. So I don't understand what... It's so weird because every time we get a Koharu episode, it's never about her. It's always about someone else. Like, think about it too. Of last week's episode too. When they were recapping, right? Every time it was a Koharu focused episode, it was never about her. If it was like Serena coming back, everyone's focusing on Serena and the Eevee. If it's about let's see, Dawn, where's the focus? It's on Dawn. It's about, let's see, the Vaporeon. To be honest, that was Eevee. Anything Koharu focused episodes, it wasn't about her. It was never about her dream. It was always about her Eevee because they never knew what they wanted. Yeah, exactly. It was never about finding a dream for her. It was kind of just like, all right, she's the Eevee girl now. Yeah, exactly. She's plot device. So at this point, her character has just become she's Eevee's owner. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. And in terms of Koharu herself, I don't know. I guess now, like, she's always said she never wanted to be a professor, right? We never really got to go deep into why. All they stated was that, like, oh, she just, like, didn't like being compared to her dad all the time, right? I think now she has a greater appreciation, which I can appreciate. I just wish it wasn't so late. But at the same time, like, it's so weird that this entire time she's like, oh, I don't want to be a professor, only to go at the end being like, yeah, so maybe I'll be a professor. Like, what? Like, at least try other things. Like, but she didn't. She never did. Eevee tried different things, but Koharu never did. So, I don't know, KG. I don't know anymore with this character.
I don't either. Honestly, I am just so confused. I came into this watching the recap because I thought the recap would have given me a proper conclusion to her narrative and the storyline in this entire thing, and I was thinking, sweet! Only to find out that nah, we're still under the same situation as before. So nothing has changed, and unfortunately, we just gonna have to accept that Koharu is who she is in this series. Well, we'll save it until the finale to really give a final conclusion to her story. But for an episode like this, once again, remember, this episode is taking place in the middle of the Masters 8. We got a recap and this in between the Masters 8. And sure, obviously, we could talk about production issues. We could talk about the stuff happening beforehand, you know. But, like, you're still giving the final product as is, and we're going to review what the product was, no matter how it is, because you guys were confident enough to release it in the state that it is. So no matter what, you know, that's just how things tend to be. Even for video games, that's exactly the same mindset too, you know. But it is just unfortunate that these situations played out the way they did for these creators of this show, because they unfortunately got the short end of the stick with this one. And sadly, Koharu's character is probably the one that got the shortest end of the stick overall. So yeah. Not much else can be said other than simply she exists. And I'm curious to see where everyone's gonna rank her character in this in the female cast list now.
Oh yeah, same.
All right, but that's all I gotta say. I mean, I got nothing else much more to say other than that, really. It was a episode. It exists, and therefore it is.
Therefore it is.
Aha! Look at that communication, beautiful. Yeah. We love to see it. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, buddy. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing here.
Yeah, same. I think I've said everything I need to as well.
Yeah, so. All right, well, that's all I can say right now, and that's all you can say too, apparently. So, what do you say we go and now take this opportunity to see if anybody has anything else to say? Because I sure as hell have not much else to say at this moment, and you probably do, but... Well, let's take a look and see what the chat has to say with this one. So you obviously know what time it is now, right, Emmy?
Yep, of course, it's community reaction night! Yay! It's a discussion! Woohoo!
Yeah, everyone loves it, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, let's go take this opportunity to go and see what the community has to say about this. And hopefully, people have more positives to say about it than we do. So, hey, anything could play out. You know, nobody knows what's going to happen with this one. All we can assume is simply the best. So yeah, let's see what the community has to say. I'm going to now put an image here on the screen so everybody can see this image in the meantime while we're letting the community come in and share their piece of the pie on what they thought of the episode overall. So we hope you guys take the opportunity to go and talk about the episode now. So there we go. We're going to use the Sergi piece for this one this time around. Okay. Actually, before we get everybody in here, that was the most insane timing I think we've ever had with anything relating to art piece commissions like that, bro. That was...
Oh, I know!
That was so well timed. I have to go back and rewatch our reaction to that because that threw me for a loop, bro. I am shocked.
I was like,
by
wow.
it. Oh man, I thought that.
I think you know what? Sergi planned that. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Sergi knew
I'm
what
calling
was
that.
coming, and he waited 4 months to release the art piece. Then it was worth it. It was worth it. We love Sergi, by the way, just to make sure. Tyrone is missing. No. All the other characters are missing. There's a reason why. Okay, so allow me to clarify with this art piece why it's designed the way it is. So initially, I suggested this idea to Sergi back in April. And the reason why I did that is, if you guys remember, in April it was birthday week for me. Then followed up with, I think it was Emmy. Was it Emmy? And then
Yes.
Polly, and then Nessa. So all of the characters that you see present on here, aside from Kay, we saw all of them in their birthday time. So we decided to come up with the idea, or at least I did, and I asked all the girls if I can have permission to use their characters here, to which you'll see it right now as well, including Kay, because we wanted to have a buddy for the mix here, and this piece was what we got out of it. So think of it as like a super related, belated birthday gift to both, to all of the girls that are present here for Emmy, for Polly, and for Nessa, at least during the month of April, at least. So enjoy the gifty. I can't wait after the stream is done so I can actually put this as my wallpaper for my computer, because goddamn, this shit's so beautiful. And I hope you guys. KG, what exactly is your character? Ruby's Ruby. There is just a Rubes. he's just a Rubes. That's all. Ruby is Ruby, and we can just simply leave it at that. So Emmy, I will leave it to you to take care of this second portion, like you always do. With the community and see what they have to say and what opinions they have to share. I don't really know how many people are really here. I don't think there's that many per se. I'm pretty confident more of them are going to be mods. I think is what's going to be interesting about it. So, but I do want to clarify once again to everybody that can, of course, to try to keep it at a minimal. Obviously we want to make sure we get everybody's messages across as we can. So we don't want anybody to go above the time limit that we offer, just to make sure we get everyone's opinions out there. So enjoy the art piece that is here on screen, and everybody who wants to share their review, take it away, and I can't wait to see what everyone has to say. In the meantime, though, I will take care of something in the background real quick, and I'll be right back. So Emmy, I'll pass it on to you, buddy.
All right, thank you. So, yay, we're back with the community discussion. It's been a while, but we're glad to bring it back. So, we're going to start off with some peeps. I apologize, because Discord's been kind of weird for a stage. I think they changed it a little bit. So, usually I see all the requests here, but I guess I don't. So, but now I see the hands up. So, I'm going to just pull people in. So, let's start. All right, let's pull our lovely moderators in here as well. All right, here we go.
Wait, you actually can drag them in here?
Yeah, so the moderators, they can't raise up their hands for some reason because they would just drag them right into the call. So I just drag them in manually.
Our option to do that has been replaced to accept approve of people going in here.
Huh. Interesting.
For some reason.
For some reason.
I could have at any time go on the stage. That's my only button.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll pass it on to these homies then. In the meantime, all right. I'll mute myself now. Take it away, peeps.
All right. So hello, everyone. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's Chef Drifloon. Drip. Since you're talking, I would love to hear your review, please.
0 out of 10. That's my review.
Oh my god.
Damn! Wow! You finally come back to come and do a review, and what do? 0 out of 10. All right, drop mic out.
Out. Yeah.
Usually when you're in here, I usually play the popping sound effect, but this time, since you're wearing a Q hat, I won't do that.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, but go ahead, Drift. Your whole review, unless that was it. It's just 0 out of 10.
I'm very disappointed. I expected more. Honestly, why did I even expect anything? But this just sucks. This whole thing sucks. Why is this even called a Chloe episode? What happened?
Yeah.
No. I hate this. I just hate everything about this episode.
Also-
It's
I have to say another thing for you, Chef Lu. Leon is better than Carl.
it's not to do with the review.
There you go. You get that.
But what was I gonna say? I just honestly, I've lost all hope with Chloe, and the fact that we wasted so much time on Eevee's arc just for nothing to happen, and then we're like, oh, guess what? We still have lots of things. We have a long way to go before Eevee something happens to Eevee. No, this sucks. No, 0 out of 10. No. I hate this.
Oh, Drip, I'm sorry. At least it's more content, right? Maybe.
Oh my god.
No! I'm sorry, Drip. I know. Yeah, no, I agree though. It's pointless. Honestly, this whole thing is just pointless. What was the point? I just still find it
The only thing about
funny.
this episode was Yamper.
Yeah.
Man, he done dirty in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. 0 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you, Drip. Appreciate your input. All right. Felipe, go ahead.
But my head's empty. I don't even know what to say. This entire time we're watching the recap, head empty. And then I watched this episode, head empty. I don't know what to say. The only thing I could think about is the art of that Sergi drew, and that was it. That's all I could think about because everything else is kind of mid, boring. What was the point? Her goal is to have a goal.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. So sorry.
All I can say, really is, this episode I rated question mark out of 10.
All right. Thank you, Felipe. Next up, I guess we have Joker. Joker, go ahead. sis.
Do I sound bad?
No, you sound great.
No, you're
do?
great. Audio is
Okay.
glitchy.
Okay, I was worried about that because I moved and everything's just messed up. But
No, you're good. You sound good.
okay, this episode is bad. 0 out of 10. They shouldn't have named it Eevee or whatever the name was. I can't remember. They should have named it after her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no Eviolite in this episode. You know, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it to Gigantamax or something. That didn't happen. So I don't get what the point of this was. Because I don't care about these. I don't care about these characters. Why do I care about her dad? Why do they give me an episode about it? So 0 out of 10.
The point was obviously to find a goal.
What was the goal? Was to
What
find a
goal?
goal. The goal is to find a goal.
Yeah.
The amount of inception that's happening with this episode is I don't know anymore.
Inception.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Coke Zero isn't making this better, so maybe I should drink water. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah.
Joker, you need
Please drink water.
Yeah,
But yeah, do you have anything else, Joker? Or that's it?
that's it. Order from Sister Dash. I like the art.
Yeah.
That's
Yay! We love the art. The art's so wholesome. Nice.
I like the
But yeah.
pizza, the Pikachu's Eevee.
Yes. I know.
Wait,
Wait.
I thought it was cupcake.
No, it's a cake.
Oh, wait, it's a cake? Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's a
It
cake.
looks like
it's
a pizza.
No, it's a cake. It's a strawberry shortcake to be exact, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Joker. I appreciate your input. All right, next for this group, we have Azure Samurai. So go ahead.
Hey. If you're a fan of Sakuragi character, I would say this is a good episode for him because I got reminded of Polly's quote retweet of who's the best character in Journey, and she just wrote Sakuragi 5 times. And this episode kind of cemented. I'm fond of the character now. My only issue is why Koharu was here. She just instigate problem, react to his entire dad's childhood, and it's just I think my goal is now to from learning Eevee just to learn evolution, and that's it. that nothing she gonna do next. She's just like, oh, maybe I'll go out to study in Sinnoh or something. He's like, no. So her classmate was right. That they said, yeah, she probably gonna be a professor just like her dad. Dad. It's like, no, I'm not gonna be
The
a
lesson
professor."
is, assuming is always right, according to the show.
Yep. Yeah. Also, his dad backstory is still one of my favorite in this series because it just with his stick, he just turned that video just fade out of existence. He just stop, and the video just like understandable. Have a nice day. It's just
Yeah.
fade away into existence. Overall, I give it like 7.5 out of 10. But also, this episode what I call the bad One Piece episode. You got 2 minutes opening and ending, 10 minutes recap, and the rest of it is the actual content. It was bad.
And it was
This
even
episode
about
should-
Eevee.
Yeah. This episode should have aired after the last Alola trip. It would make sense, but they have to do it here, and I guess the staff cannot just ask for another break or recap. So just shamble out, just ask the poor intern just make a freaking recap. We can't do shit. We have to go to the next onsen. We are too stressed out for this. So that's it. Going back to you too, Emmy.
All right. Thank you. Did you give it a score?
7.5.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay.
you-
Oh. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying something. I cut you off by accident. My bad.
No. It's good.
All right. Well, thank you though. 7.5. I mean, like that's interesting. We got zeros. 7.5. Let's see. Will we get anything in the middle? Will we get another 0? Will we get another 7.5? Let's find out. All right. But thank you for this group for giving your inputs. So I will now invite the second group as well. So I'm gonna invite Hyprov. Actually, I think this might be the last group because there's not many people who have their hands raised. So let's just invite, and I see Polly as well, so I'll drag her into it here as well. Oh wait, never mind, there's more people. Okay, you know what, let me everyone here, because there's not much. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hello everyone! Hello.
Hello.
More peeps. Alright, okay. I point to someone and you go! Ty! Go!
Alright, go! Yay!
Let's go.
Oh my god, this episode is it's a wonder, honestly. And thank God it has nothing to do with the PWC. That means I can actually give it a rating.
Hey.
So overall, just watching this episode, I felt lost and confused, but also not confused because I knew this is gonna happen. I've been saying this like since the beginning, like I'm kind of confused on where Koha was supposed to go. And it's like every chance and opportunity that they had, they've always said that, like, you know, Koha, or at least like everybody she's met has always said, you have options. And then they keep saying you have options, you have options. And then this episode just reiterates the fact that you have options upon options. And none of that makes any sense. Like, I mean, it makes sense. I get it. But in a story and narrative sense, you want somebody to get somewhere. Obviously, there needs to be like a set path to a direction. And I mean, I guess we got a direction. She wants to explore evolution. But what does that mean? Like, what does she want to do with that? Is she going the professor route? Or is she going like a teacher route? Or is she going to be a part of the Eevee institution or whatever the heck that's supposed to be? We don't know. I don't think we'll ever really know unless she just never comes back. I mean, unless she does like come back in the next series, which the likelihood is probably 0. But I can't even really be disappointed. We're just here. We're out here. We're living life free. But the Sakuragi stuff, I thought it was that was really fun and kind of a little bit refreshing, just because we had this opportunity to kind of go back to some basics, and like everyone said, that episode, like, or at least that portion of the episode, felt like it could have came sooner. Just like anything Sakuragi Lab related, any of the characters there, all of that could have been sooner, but we're getting it now because I guess they feel bad about the fact that they didn't do anything the entire show. But who knows? We'll never
Well, like,
know.
Like, I get that. I don't know about feeling bad, because if they felt bad, they would actually give her an episode that was just about her. You know?
Oh no, I don't think they ever really cared about Koharu. I'm just talking about like Sakuragi Lab stuff.
Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. Okay.
Oh yeah. And then also, like, what was the abuse that was going on during this episode of Wanpachi? I don't understand. It was straight up abuse, and I didn't like it. I don't appreciate this stuff, especially since we're heading into a region where he's going to be replaced by a new dog.
I mean,
but
no, I'm just kidding.
Rating.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Sakuragi.
Thank you, Ty. Oh yeah, 100%. Agreed. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate your input. All right. Next person. I'm gonna just point to someone. Ricksu, go ahead.
All right. So like that recap episode. Oh my Arceus, what were they thinking?
Yeah. They weren't.
And then like the start of this episode was like a bit of a recap. I'm like, alright, whatever. And it's like, hey yo, time for a camping trip. And like funny enough, I kind of like got burnt out because like that last episode being like a bit of a slideshow. Like this one at least had content, and it's more about Sakuragi to me compared to like Koharu. And like my thoughts are gonna be like pretty short compared to like the other episodes, but like Polly almost killed Eevee. Like Polly nearly sent that poor Eevee to Arceus. That was kind of funny. And like it's cute seeing like Sakuragi as a child, having a Clefairy as a buddy, and then like, you know, he's an adult with his family to help save the Clefairy evolving from the Golbat, and just like how like when he was a kid, like he scared off that Beedrill. Like that Beedrill did not want those hands. Like no, but yeah, like overall, I actually didn't mind the episode. It's a alright. So like, it's a good Sakuragi episode, but not a good Pokemon episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, so like my normal rating is gonna be the highest one here. 6.
Huh? Well, I mean, the highest we got so far is a 7.5, so you're the second highest.
Okay. And like my first crackhead rating is gonna be Joker having a Diet Pepsi hangover with Drift and KG. And like the second crackhead rating, alright, Sakuragi, Mr. Steal Your Girl, more like Mr. Steal Your Daughter's character development. Oh! Oh!
Out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ricksu. All right. Thank you for your input. All right. Next up, I'm just going to go in order. NavyBlue, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh.
So, my thoughts on this episode, this recap episode, huh? Oh, by the way, first time here. Hi, everybody.
Yes, hi, welcome.
Thoughts. So, start to finish. Definitely not Koharu focused. Didn't mean to frame it like that, but it certainly is. It starts that way. It certainly tries to present itself that way. But then it's like most of the episodes that feature Koharu, it's like they go through the motions. It's like they try to build her up and build her up and build her up, and then when it flops, it's like, oh, we were so close to development. And yeah, them leaving Wanpachi behind at the house while they went on their little family get together was very poor doggo.
Yeah.
Yeah, done dirty. A lot of things were done dirty. I like the Poliwag to Poliwhirl evolution scene. That was very pretty.
Yeah.
I like it. I guess if I were to attribute like a theme or a central topic to the episode, it's like growth and evolution. That it gets when Koharu asked her dad earlier about why certain species evolve and others don't. It reminds me of the thing that Professor Rowan says in the Diamond Pearl Platinum games when he's at Lake Verity when you start the game. About how like not every single Pokemon species evolves, and even the ones that do, we don't exactly know why they do. So I can get that like between the thing with the Clefairy becoming a Clefable and Professor Sagaragi going from his childhood to now as an accredited professor, I sort of see the point they're trying to illustrate with this. It's that like Koharu's young and she has time to figure these things out, but also and she should enjoy the journey there. But also like she needs to be thinking about this. It can't just be like she can't be idle about this. So it's probably gonna have to take her time to like actively shape her journey as it goes. I mean, Eevee's definitely gonna coach her through it. She definitely needs help with that stuff. But at least it's gotten her thinking. Yeah, like everyone else has been mentioning, it's a Sagaraki episode. It's less a Koharu episode. It's more about her dad.
Yeah,
Professor.
unfortunately.
I did like that Eevee. I did like that Eevee. Used Copycat to copy Clefable's psychic attack.
Yeah.
During the Golbat attack. That was a nice little spoof. I'm highly disappointed we didn't either get a Terra Stylize snippet or a new Gen 9 evolution or even a Gigantamax hint. Like anything.
I know, you think after all this time, like especially them recapping all of the evolutions, they would have like done something, even if that meant just leaving her as an Eevee, but like acknowledging that properly, because I feel like they didn't even do that. So I feel that.
Opposite of that. We got like the opposite of that. They were hyping up something that was gonna have a foregone conclusion. It was like, I also feel like this episode was poorly timed. Like this
100%.
We are riding off the hype of Ash defeating Steven. Okay, in the Masters 8. I get that like the writers and the animation staff and all this, like because of scheduling and with the Gen 9 games and anime coming, they gotta rush things through. I don't think Koharu's development should have been one of those things. I really, even with after all this, I don't hate Koharu. There are more characters in Pokemon that I dislike more than her. Overall, if I were to give my review of the episode, 5 out of 10.
All right, thank you, Navy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, I'm just going in the order that's appearing in the call. So, Kuro, you're next.
Okay. So first and foremost, good evening. Hope you all are doing well. Yeah, that Sergi art was really timed properly.
Yes.
So yes, that was amazing. So kudos to the guy and for you all as well. As for the recap, because it's a recap, it has to be like, right in the middle, like a 5. If it's, I have to give it a number, because we see a Galarian Mr. Mime, and we have the narrator breaking the fourth wall again, so I'm like, okay, fair enough. But this kind of shows another problem, that being Journeys has no replay value, so they have to weave the plot back with these playlists, episodes on YouTube, and these recaps to, give the illusion to the audience that, hey, here's the stuff that you missed or didn't care, or hey, you have to care because we are shoving it to your face. This matters. Does it really? And Ash is going to get one too, and maybe Go will get one too, so how many plot threads do you have to weave back to kinda make sense of a show that never had cohesion or coherence to begin with? But that's a gripe. As for the episode and the episode itself, it's very clear that this was meant to be after Ash and Go leaving Paulette and Paul, because Koharu's VA got the Backstreet Boys, so she couldn't record her lines in time, and that's why this episode was postponed. It's very
Oh.
and yeah, it's very clear that this episode was postponed because Koharu's VA couldn't record her lines entirely for this. And now that Go and Iris's VA got, the Backstreet Boys too, that was their decision to, write Iris off because we're not gonna have, recording lines when she's sick. And that kind of makes me wonder if Go actually has, an absence in the beginning of Generation 9 or in the end of this, if it's because of that, which is going to be extremely weird. But I digress. As for this episode, possibilities are endless. When I saw that title and I'm like, that's the epitome of this series, isn't it? The possibilities were also endless. But I do enjoy the episode. We have, like, the moment the episode starts, we get, to see the laboratory again, and we see a lot of Eevees. And I was expecting to try to see if there was, like, a shiny hidden there, but I'm like, yo, these dudes were fucking hard. It's a breeding center at this point. God damn. But, they go camping and Koharu asks a question, which is, why do Pokemon evolve? Because they don't... It's not about aging, right? Sometimes it's about because they want, or because they don't, or because, progression through struggle, and in times of need, the Pokemon just have to, do it, or decide not to do it. It's all about, life, right? You have a decision, will you take it or will you not? And you have to, take the consequences of that decision. As for Koharu's character, it's very clear that Koharu's character is meant to be a round and symbolic character. She's meant to represent something on the page. She's a flat character arc. She doesn't change herself, but she changes the world, and therefore the characters around her for the better, right? Serena became more confident to actually teach everyone else. Dawn relaxed more in times of crisis, because back in DP she was a fucking mess. Lana was able to, talk with people even though she was very shy as a child. So in a way, Koharu always brings, the best traits of everyone and implements them either to the world or to herself, which is not a bad thing, but I do understand why people have a gripe with her character, because a character that it's, we always were centralized in this idea of vertical development of, someone needs to have something and get higher and higher and higher to actually give the idea of progression. And in a show where Ash and Go, they get progression, but it's very fabricated and illusion, Koharu doesn't get any, but I feel like it's because of that it's extremely consistent. I don't like that it's all bound to Eevees, because if she had other Pokemon that could evolve, or like for example Yamper or Ponyta, but it's their choice of not wanting to, or if she had a Cubfu, a Pokemon that can evolve, but also has to decide their path, but because of discipline and martial arts, things you learn in school, that Cubfu could become unique, and that's the whole thing about, Koharu's character on papers, that, she's unique, like even we see in the end with the Terrastal, like the pathways and all that, possess. So, with Sakuragi, I like the bond that he had with Clefairy. It's very clear that this is kinda in Mount Moon. Even the camping site, it's near a train track by the river, so it's a reference to the Stand By Me movie. Even Clefairy, it's like E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That's 40 years old, that movie. Like, Clefairy, it's basically Sakuragi's Ponyta. It's a Pokemon he met, whatever. And it's good that it's Clefairy, because Koharu's entire journey, or all episodes, they are homages to fairy tales. Like, her doppelganger episode is Princess of Popper, for fuck's sakes. Serena, it's fucking Cinderella at this point, and like all fairy tales is about daughters and fathers, so it makes sense. She has interest in studying evolution now. Just because you have interest in something, it doesn't mean you're going to do that for your life. I can have interest in drawing, it doesn't mean I'm gonna become a fucking artist just because I have an interest in drawing. I have interest in basketball, doesn't mean I'm gonna become an NBA superstar, come on. But for Pokemon, these kids, they were always kids, and they always were like child prodigies. So Koharu feels very alien, because we always had this expectations and we always resonated with her because she felt so real. And now we have a dissonance because she still feels so real. And in a work of fiction where we want to escape, she's not it. For many, I can see it. And you know, even the Petal Blizzard, right? It's basically a move that encapsulates all of the other evolutions and whatever more. And the Golbat because of the Zubat and whatever. And Sakuragi, basically, he's the untold protagonist of Pokemon Pink. If you really want to stretch that. But you know, Koharu's character is not for everyone, and that's fine. They were trying to tell something. They were testing the waters. It's their prerogative to do it, but it's also ours to judge. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna give it a 9. So that's about it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kuro. Appreciation.
Anytime.
But yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to hear. And I didn't know about that for like Koharu's VA too. So.
Yeah, people need to have more knowledge and perspective. Again, people have the choice to want to be smart and learn. Learn, people, learn. If you want to take anything, it's, you know, don't be afraid of learning. You know?
Yeah, of course. No, of course.
Like, and that's the thing about Koharu, she's going to learn more. Like, you know, I would not be surprised if her whole thing of becoming she will not become a professor. But let's say that she becomes a professor. She would become one not by others' pressure, but by her own choice. Like how Juniper became one because of her father, right? And becoming a professor doesn't mean I have to study a specific field of Pokemon. No, if anything, she will be the one to start the journeys of everyone else from generations to come. So her goal is to make sure that everyone finds and follows theirs. The possibilities are endless. 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Anytime.
Guys are still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're almost
I
done.
went to do chores.
Oh my god. All right, let's move this along. All right, so Hyprov, go on.
I think I'll just make this quick since everybody has said what I was going to say. Okay, so Yamper, robbed, Chloe, not as much development as her father in this episode.
Yep.
Clefairy dance music, I think it was re-edited. It was from 1997, but it was re-edited. And yeah, if this episode come out earlier, then maybe this would have been fine. As for recap episode, it could have been its own thing, like that New Year's Eve episode. All I can say is it's not really that bad of an episode, and well, oh my god, I'm kind of lost in my head. So I'm just gonna give this a 6 out of 10.
All right.
A 10 out of 10 for the picture and the timing.
Yeah. Yes, I know the timing is absolutely perfect. I also need to go back and see that. But thank you, Hyprov. I appreciate it. All right, okay, going in the same order. Next up we have Skyryan. So please go ahead and give your review.
Okay. Alright, first off, the recap episode. It looks great. Plus, and I can at least say they have a good thing I used the uncut dub for what was dubbed and didn't use it. The Alolan episode.
Yeah.
Anyway. Plus, I can at least say they have with Kylie, Serena, have Kylie, Soleil, Harmony, Billy, and Erica's Leafeon, Regina's Glaceon, as well as Serena's Sylveon. You know, we did see Erica and Serena here, but from the other, we always see the recap was fine. We have at least have narrator taking over the show, even though Rocket is in Galar.
Yeah.
Hey, the mime channel is really great, and the Eevee fortunes are awesome. now on to the next. But it marks the very first time we ever. It's the second episode without Ash, and these 2 episodes are without Ash and Go. It was fantastic episode. And Chloe and Eevee going to Cerise's grandpa. Cerise's grandpa, and have Parker watch over Yamper, and finally being called, I'm going to call Fungary until the official dub name was revealed on Teletoon. Anyways, Chloe Cerise, and really, Cerise remembers flashback the day of he met Clefairy, and then which was chased by a bunch of Beedrill, which he scares them. That reminds to Cerise. Seeing the polygraph line. They're going as well.
Yep.
Anyways,
what would you rate the episode?
Anyways, the ritual for Clefairy bring back that awesome Shinji Miyazaki music and go about invading, and then Clefairy and Eevee stop that, and all Clefairies turn to Clefable, and it really is a fantastic Chloe episode after all. For this episode, this is 10 billion. I mean, 80 million out of 10.
Alright. Thank you, Skyryan.
Fantastic. Happy mastering.
Yeah. Alright, thank you. And last but not least, Miss Cosmic, please give your review.
Okay, so I sound like I'm working at McDonald's, and that's because I'm currently in Boston, but I made sure to bring my laptop so I can participate.
Aww. Aww.
Yeah.
I'm so committed.
But,
yes.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to get some chicken McNuggies, or a quarter pounder, or a Big Mac, you know who to call. But in regards to this episode sucks. I'm not a fan. I personally think it wasn't actually bad, but it was advertised badly. So if it was an episode that was supposed to be resolved just around the family, I think it was really well done. But because they were advertising it as a Chloe-focused episode when it wasn't, then it was bad. There was no development to Chloe. There was no development to Eevee. It was honestly just a continuation of the clip show from the previous episode. There was nothing good to it. However, I will say this, props to her dad, Professor Cerise, loves his story. I thought it was really well made. I thought it was really well written. And, I mean, we've seen the Clefairy thing a million times now, to the point where I don't even care about that anymore. But it still always touches my heart when, like, something like that has a interesting story. I personally would not have gone with Clefairy, though, just because we already had an emotional Clefairy episode already in the series, where, you know, one died. But regardless, I'm willing to look past that. But I think that overall, if I want to look at, like, Chloe's development and how this episode, obviously, because this episode is just to, like, wrap up her story, I find it to be really disappointing, because really her new goal is just to determine her goal and determine how she wants to proceed with learning more about evolutions. I don't think that makes any sense, but
it doesn't.
You know, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's stupid. It's just not a fan. I do like the fact that her brother returned, though. Finally, because people forgot she had a brother. I don't even know how many episodes it's been since he was in the show, but it's nice to see him return, because he was actually like the original character who I thought might continue on to be the next main character in the Scarlet and Violet series, but because he was just gone for so long, that idea just completely went out the window. But it was nice seeing him again. He's like he's just like fresh air. He's bright, he's wholesome, he's cute. The Polly World line, you know, good for Polly. She got a win in this episode. For her, it'll be a 10 out of 10. But for me, this episode is gonna be... So when I watched it subbed, I gave it like a 2. But watching it, or before subs, I gave it like a 2. But when I watched it subbed, I'm gonna actually bump it up just because I thought like the story made obviously a little bit more sense and I got to understand what was going on more. I'm giving it like a 4.
Okay.
I want to actually give it more like a 3 just because of the fact that Chloe's part sucked, but I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right. I mean, honestly, like 4s, I can understand that too. To be honest, like it's not horrible because we got good like Sakuragi development, but at the end of the day, it's a Kaharu episode, and this is probably the last episode we're getting of her, or one of the last. So, and if this was supposed to wrap up her story, then realistically, they didn't really do much here. They just established something that we already knew. So. Yeah.
Oh, I have to say something for Joker. It's due to the fact that I sound like this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zaxby's, home of the zinger, chicken fingers with a Z, with our salads and our zappetizers. I hope you all have a wonderful time and enjoy the nuggies. Enjoy the kitty fingers. This one's for you, Joker. That's it.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you, Cosmic.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I think that wraps up then for community night then for our discussion, for our stage discussion. So thank you to everyone who's given their input on the episode, and thank you for joining us.
Hell
Now I
yeah.
pass it back to KG.
Yeah, so let's call it a wrap then. So once again, everybody, we love all the support you've been giving us these past couple of weeks, and we're glad to be back on the grind for the reaction nights. And now we got to think about what's going to happen next week, because we're getting another episode that is a recap-sode. So, is there any purpose to watch that next week, or should we do what we did with Koharu this week and watch the recap to then get immediately disappointed by the following? That's the real question.
Maybe we could do a poll.
Okay, well, we'll do a poll as we slowly... Okay, we're watching. Wait, what?
Oh, we're watching.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay.
just because like how the narrator made it sound like, it looks like there could be like some weird like locker room scenes that they might include just to make the episode a little more interesting.
I hope so. They did say behind the
And that might
scenes
make it
stuff.
fun.
But that
Yeah,
would mean
that's what
they
I'm
would
thinking.
have
It could
to
potentially be a
animate
little
it, though.
Oh yeah, they don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, man. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. As we approach the release of the next episode, we'll then decide what to do from there. In the meantime, though, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, good night, morning, wherever you all may be. Just have yourself a good one. The weekend is here, so make sure to relax and have a good time overall. So, Emmy, thanks again for hosting this portion of it as well. And to all the moderators who came as well to assist, we appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are amazing. And once again, before we go wrap it up, thank you to Sergi for killing it, as always, with these art pieces. If you have not seen it yet, obviously you see it right now on the stream, but to those who might be in the Discord call and would love to see it, you can go and check out at the announcements tab to see the art piece of the month for Le Poképod. And we hope you guys enjoy it. It was a lot of fun to work with Sergi to make this piece come to life, and we have a lot more fun ideas for what we can bring out to the future. And I already hinted at what the next one is going to be, so I hope you guys look forward to said idea in motion. But until then, everyone, we hope you guys have...
Hello everyone, Joe here. Thanks for watching the Pokemon Post Discussions episode. If you want to see more episodes, then subscribe to our YouTube channel to not miss out on new episodes. As always, the future's in the palm of your hand. And happy monstering!